Welcome back to the GMANN Show. I'm Greg Mann, broker, owner of Greater Orlando Realty. We got a great show coming your way today. Super guests, In the Trenches with Dee Dee, and also the Mortgage Minute with Sonia. But first, let's meet Shelley Nelson from Recycled Spaces. Shelley, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming along. We're also here with Eric Hansen, and we're going to be talking about home staging. Now, you do home staging, so tell me all about it.
I do. So my business is Restyled Spaces by Shelley. That's me, Shelley. And we do all different types of staging. We go through, we can help people, declutter. Staging is not just staging a vacant home, but that is the biggest impact that you make is when you're staging a vacant home.
So in this tight market, when some homes are vacant and they look kind of okay, but not great, you go in and do all sorts of packages. Do you do,
Yes.
I mean, what's roughly the kind of cost for someone?
So basically an average stage is about $2,000 to $2,200.
Okay.
And that's, basically the living room, family room, dining room, kitchen, bathrooms, master bedroom.
So what sort of stuff are you putting in the house?
You name it. We, trees, we do the, sofas, coffee tables, carpets, master bedroom. You actually use real bedding, the box spring mattresses, nightstands, dressers,
Nice.
All of that good stuff.
Now I know a lot of staging companies will just stage vacant homes, but you actually will go to a house that's already got the owner's furniture in, and how does that process work with you?
Yeah, honestly, that's what's really needed a lot, and that's what I do. Eric and I do this a lot as well. There's just a lot of people that they just don't know. So, you can't just take a picture of your house the way it is now. It's all about the way that you have the furniture kind of moved, so you want things to seem like they're very open. A lot of people have their houses very decorated, and that's not what's selling. We want to stage it so that people are focused more on the bones of the house and what they're going to do, and they can't see that through all the clutter and decorations sometimes.
Now, when we're talking about decorated, you mean just general, lots of pictures, lots of stuff that's
Yes.
personal. Of course, in the holiday time frames, there's other things going on. There's the pumpkins, there's the Christmas trees, and all that stuff. So what's your advice to someone about getting their house to look the best? I mean, there's got to be a clean-cut look, surely.
It really is. And what we do a walk-around consultation with the clients. So we literally go from the outside of the house all the way through, the kitchen pantry. And we do a complete walk-around with them on what things to remove, the tchotchkes, the family photos. Instead of having 15 pictures on one wall, it's just one large piece of art. Little things like that.
So less is more, basically.
Less is definitely more when you're staging your house.
Now, Eric Hansen from Greater Orlando Realty, one of our top producers in the office. You farm a very nice neighborhood over in DeLand, 55 and over. Mm-hmm. They probably have got lots of stuff because they're a bit older, a bit further down their lifestyle and they're collecting. How is Shelley helping you sell homes?
Well, that's the thing. So the first thing that I like to do when I do meet with the client, depending on how their home currently shows, that I will have Shelley come in to do a consultation for about an hour. I do pay for that as a service to my clients.
Oh, awesome.
And what she does, she's a very personable individual, so she can kind of read the body language of the homeowner. So sometimes the homeowner is a little bit put off, saying, well, what do you need me to put all these things away?
Yeah.
Well, what Shelley does, she'll come around into the house room by room, and she'll kind of say, well, I think it would be a little bit better to move this over to this location, or let's put this away.
Yeah.
So when the buyer does come into the home, they're not going to be distracted by a lot of these other items that are very personalized.
I can remember once when I first got into real estate, I had a listing out on the beaches actually, and the guy had a full-blown stuffed lion in his front living room that he'd bought from some museum or something. He thought it was the best thing ever. That was it, the lion. I was like, oh my gosh, how do we sell this? But he took it out eventually. So I guess when you go and talk to a homeowner and you say, well, can you move this, can you do that? They may do it. They think about doing it. But when Shelley comes in, it's like, boom, they're going to do it.
And that's one of the reasons I like to bring Shelley in, because if I do it personally with the homeowner, they'll say, well, maybe you're not the best agent for me because I need to rearrange the entire house.
Yeah.
She has an eye for how to set things up and give the best presentation.
That's awesome. So Shelley's part of your team. So you'll go in there, you're approaching the owner, you're getting the listing, you're advising what to. Shelley comes in, does the whole thing. How long typically do you have to stage a home for? I know it's down to Eric to sell it, but.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously in the last year, it has been very quick. So sometimes I'm in the same month from the time you drop it off. staged homes do sell a lot quicker.
Yes.
So I'm usually within 30 to 45 days from the time that I stage it to the time I go to pick it up. But I usually have my clients keep everything in there until inspections, appraisals, and you feel pretty confident that you have a clear to close before I pick anything up.
That's fantastic. Now, Shelley, tell me this. Obviously, your biggest clientele are realtors.
Sure.
So how does a realtor like me get hold of you to use your services?
Definitely. So you can find me online. I have a nice Facebook presence that I do videos of every home that I do. It's on there, Shelley Nelson. Also, I have a website, restyledspacesbyshelley.com. And then, of course, call me. That's the easiest way, 407-579-0405.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Eric, I know today we've got a featured property. It's one of your listings up in DeLand. I'm not sure if this one's staged or not, but do you want to talk about it quickly?
Yeah, the home that I currently have in the Victoria Gardens neighborhood, which is in DeLand, it's 2,200 square feet, does have a pool, which is heated, does have a new roof, new water heater, and it really does show like a furnished model just by the way they currently live. And so it's a very popular floor plan, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and that's pretty much what it is.
Cool. So, okay. So anyone wants to get to see that, how do they get hold of you?
My phone number is 407-448-1783, and my website address is realtorhansen.com.
Awesome. Great. So we're coming, 2023 is on us. What's the tip for a homeowner for staging?
So I'd say my biggest piece of advice is a lot of people will say, well, we'll let the buyer figure this out, or we'll let the buyer do this. And what you don't realize is the same thing that you're putting off is the same thing that buyer's not going to want to come and buy that house for. So if you have a red wall and you've always wanted to paint it, but it's too big of an issue for you, paint the red wall, because it's one less objection that you're going to have from a buyer coming into the house. That's a great thought.
So if you're a homeowner and you've got something weird, then you think it's weird, everyone thinks it's weird.
Absolutely.
Fix it. Awesome. Yep. I want to thank both of you for being on the show. Great information from you. Good luck with the listing. Great. I can't wait to have you back on.
Thank you.
All the best for the future. We're going to go swinging out of the show now. We'll be back in a few minutes with In the Trenches with Dee Dee.
Managing your investment property is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Sign up at GoRent123.com. 2. Let Greater Orlando Realty handle everything for you when it comes to managing your property. From qualifying tenants to collecting rent, processing maintenance requests, and everything in between. 3. Sit back, relax, and count all that money you're making. Earning passive income on your property is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with Greater Orlando Realty. Visit GoRent123.com today.
Hey, welcome back to the GMANN Show. Here with Laura Collins from First International Title. Laura, tell me what you do, tell me how you do it, and tell me how people get hold of you.
Thank you. I am Laura Collins with First International Title. My phone number is 314-265-9000. And I always appreciate a text to get to know me. I am one of the sales reps for the downtown office of First International Title. We do have 37 offices, and I represent our downtown office and Waterford Lakes office. One of the things about me with my clients are realtors and loan officers mostly, and anybody that's selling their house, they get to choose their title company. And so that's why a lot of people depend on their realtors to choose their title company, and that's why they're my clients. I have worked at Disney for 20 years, and anybody that works with me is going to have that kind of customer service that Disney has instilled in me. I love to help, I love to be available, and I want to make sure that they are growing their business, and it is about them.
So you'll do open houses, you'll go to offices, you'll help agents build their business, all with a cheerful smile. How do people get hold of you?
You can, again, get a hold of me, 314-265-9000.
Hey, I'm Greg Mann from Greater Orlando Realty, and welcome back to the GMANN Show. This is a great segment, In the Trenches with Dee Dee. We're going to talk about ACs, we're going to talk about things that can go wrong and go right, and straight to you, Dee Dee. 10 months of the year, ACs are running.
Very, all the time. They're one of our biggest tenant reporting items ever out of any maintenance.
So what's the main things we're getting reported?
That the condensation lines are clogged. That's a real big one. Tenants do attempt. We provide them a video, courtesy of you, and then we send them reminders throughout the month to change their filter on the first of each month. But when they don't and they become impacted, then those lines get clogged, they back up, and then we have floods, they shut down the system, and then they're calling into the office.
And then that gets fairly costly for the owner. What are some of the things that the tenants can actually do to kind of help prevent that?
So we ask them to flush the line with a vinegar and water solution, sometimes with bleach, depending upon their preference, or they can use a shop vac. They can even suck it out if they like. But the water and vinegar is a solution that everyone typically has in their home to use throughout the month.
And just a quick reminder, how often do they need to change the filter?
Once a month, unless you get a 3-month filter, because there are some heavy-duty filters out there. If you choose to get a thicker, better one, like the 3 to 5 M's, those filters will last a 3-month period.
So basically, they can do filters once a month. If they need help, they can contact you through the portal.
Absolutely.
They can call you on 407-774-9858.
Yes.
I know you've got a featured property we're going to talk about, so let's talk about that now.
I do. So we have a property, it just came up, it's 2121 Victoria Glen. It's a 3.5 townhome in Sanford. This one does not have any HOA approval, so it's an immediate move-in. We just had it freshly painted and it is ready to go. It's $2,200 a month.
And I've been to that property, it's a super nice one.
It's really nice.
That's going to go very, very quickly.
Yes.
Just if you want to get hold of me, it's 407-774-9858. If you're an owner and want to put a property into management, again, 407-774-9858. Our website's gorent123.com. We'll look forward to your call. Dee Dee, great segment. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
We're gonna go for now. We'll be right back with just a mortgage minute.
Managing your investment property is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Sign up at GoRent123.com. 2. Let Greater Orlando Realty handle everything for you when it comes to managing your property. From qualifying tenants to collecting rent, processing maintenance requests, and everything in between. 3. Sit back, relax, and count all that money you're making. Earning passive income on your property is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with Greater Orlando Realty. Visit GoRent123.com today.
Hey, welcome back to the GMANN Show. I'm Greg Mann from Greater Orlando Realty. I'm here today, we're doing the Mortgage Minute here today with Sonia Hishimi of Edge Home Financing. Sonia, welcome to the show again.
Thanks for having me.
You know, the market's changed.
Yes.
Interest rates are going up. Buyers still want to buy. How does someone get a mortgage? What do they even do?
Oh, great question. Well, I think it's actually easier than people think. Normally, the thought is that you need 20% down, and it's a bigger process than people actually make it. So the best thing to do is speak with me. I'm a mortgage expert, so I can go ahead and put steps in place for them to get to home ownership in an easier process.
So what's the first step? They call you?
Yes.
There's some sort of application. Is it online? Do you have to meet with them? How does all that go?
So nowadays everything is online. About 99% of the time it's online, but I'm always available to meet in person if that's what's needed. I always say, let's plan ahead. Let's plan ahead. If you're in a lease and you want to purchase next year, 6 months, however long you have, speak with us. We will make sure the down payment is in place. We have some amazing products for first-time buyers, and also where the credit score is, how much closing costs are. We just want to make sure that they're ready and be sure to they're comfortable with the monthly payment that they'll be getting.
So that's good. So they shouldn't just focus on the interest rate as a buyer or a borrower, because really kind of that it's a time-sensitive thing right now. But you've got to look at everything, haven't you? Because your credit score is really important. That does affect your interest rate for sure.
Yes.
So what if I come to you, first-time buyer, I've got awful credit. What can you do? How do I get out of that?
So I have partners that do credit repair. So I can either refer them to a credit repair part, or I can help them myself. I have tools where I can actually go in and advise them what needs to happen. It could be very simple, or it could take a little bit longer. So it's always good to prepare ahead of time.
And how long does it kind of take for someone to get through that system?
Usually about 3 months, but sometimes it could be just as much as lowering a credit card. It could take 3 to 5 days.
And does it cost me anything to do that? Is it free service?
It is actually, I do that free for my customers.
So you cover the cost of that for your customers?
I do.
Because I do understand that most people charge for that service, so that's phenomenal.
Yes.
I want to thank you for that. I'm sure your clients really, really like it. Really quickly, I know that you also are recruiting new mortgage brokers. How do they get hold of you to do that, and why should they contact you?
I appreciate you asking. So as a broker, I'm always trying to expand my branch, and I want to make sure that we have the most amazing basis points for compensation, amazing tools to make sure they succeed. I will walk them through every step of the way. I'll hold hands with them 3 to 5 loans initially to make sure they get, everything that goes on, to make sure they're comfortable with the process. I'll help them every step of the way. But yes, they will be surprised about how nice it is on the brokerage side.
And how do they get hold of you?
Phone number is 407-403-8658, and Loans with Sonia is my website.
Hey, that's great. Thanks, Sonia. Appreciate it. So I'm Greg Mann. We've had a great show. If you want to contact me, it's 407-774-9858. If you're buying, selling real estate, if you're a landlord needing a property manager, contact me, 407-774-9858. Our website is gorent123.com. And thank you very much.